Hi everyone, it's Tiffany. I am back in The Sims 4 with a speed build. So, with the addition of, I almost said tiny homes, the addition of lifestyle, I would always try to say eco lifestyle, I have been inspired to do shipping container homes, which is pretty exciting. I probably will do a few more of these, or a lot more of these in the future. But I definitely wanted to start off by attempting a tiny home version of this, which actually was pretty complex. It's a big home, but it is it just seems like a big home, but it is classified as a tiny home, and it was a bit of a challenge. I don't know, with just like the color schemes that I picked and like I guess the layout. I don't know, but I think it ended up being pretty awesome, and I know that the addition of ladders to the game has really helped. And with the whole tiny home, micro home situation, I do kind of want to try a micro home for a little shipping container. I think I would be able to do that for sure. But if you guys want to see that, let me know in the comment section down below. I do want to do like regular sized, I guess, houses. But there's a lot to come in the future for my speed builds. But anyway, let's talk about this one. So obviously it's defying gravity right now. With the top layer just kind of like full loading in the air like that. I had a plan all along, which you will see unfold, but my plan was to, kind of put one of those like waterfall situations in there, like the waterfall walls kind of. I wanted it to be like very gardeny in the back, which I don't know if I fully like the way how it turned out, but anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. So I was really struggling with like this fencing, because obviously when you fence it in, it classifies as a whole room, and that knocks you up a whole bunch of levels for tiles. So I had to do just like the outline in that fence, which I really didn't like all that much, but it is what it is. I had to go with what I could go with the tiny home. I really would have liked to have had a lot of features. I think as I went, like I started out with a plan, and then as I went, I was like, ooh, I want to add this, ooh, I want to add this, but obviously I can't because it's tiny home. So anyway, I did want to add in a bathroom downstairs, because the bathroom that I put in upstairs was, you had to go through all the bedrooms and everything. So if you had guests over or something, it just wouldn't have been as awesome. It would have been kind of a hassle to have them go through your bedroom and everything. So I did end up putting one in the downstairs. Didn't look like it at first there for a second, but ultimately I decided to. Now, I did have this whole kitchen thing going on, and then the doors, I kind of wanted them to be even. I wanted the back door to line up with the front door. But it just wasn't working out for a little while there. But I think in the end they ended up lining up. The kitchen was a pretty decent size as well. I wanted to just have a full kitchen in here. I didn't want it to be too small, but I didn't. But it also needed to be open. It's just a whole crazy thing, because it's a tiny home. You got to fit everything in. But being a tiny home and not a micro home, it was much easier, I guess. I do want to try, like I said, the micro home though. I really did struggle with the living room in this one. I don't know if it was just the colors or the layout. I think it was a little bit of both, the colors and the layout, because the layout, with the door placement and everything, it just wasn't. Actually, did I end up putting a door on the bathroom and the downstairs? I don't know if I ever did. I hope I did. We'll double check that in the tour, because we're gonna have a tour at the end. But this ended up being a really, really super nice kitchen for, a tiny home. So, this is mostly kitchen versus every other feature of the house. But I did want to have a little curtain there or something, in case, you wanted that privacy. So I did try to add a few things on the counters and everything, but, we don't have much space. So, and then I kept seeing things here and there that I wanted to throw outside, so I just threw them outside. Now, I believe I classified this as an off-the-grid home, but, we have, like, solar panels and all of that stuff to kind of get the lights working and whatnot. So here's where I started the whole living room conflict. Like, this should not have taken as long as it did. I don't know. It's just the way things were fitting. And I ended up having to move the door over. So yeah, they don't match up unless I moved that door over in the end. But I think I left them as is. And like the paintings, like I was not clicking with this living room at the time. Like I just couldn't get the colors right. And it ended up being like this, and it seemed too bland. And then we had green and brown, which I guess kind of all went, but it just, I don't know. I couldn't find a carpet that matched either. It was just crazy. I actually cannot remember. I've done a few builds since this, I can't remember exactly how it turned out, but we'll find out. I do know that it was a struggle, but the set of 3 green rugs did look good, but it just didn't, you know? So at this point, I'm like, this is where I need to change the wallpaper. So that's where I started like trying out different things and maybe accent walls and things. But it just, again, it was just like, I chose the wrong something. I don't know if it was the colors, like of the door that I don't know. But, you know, I went with it and I eventually got it done. I was like, maybe it's the carpet, you know, maybe I just need the carpet and a rug. But anyway, so we have the first bathroom that we're working on. Kind of wanted to, I don't think I had it. Oh no, I did put a door in there. It scared me there for a second. I thought we didn't. But, you know, I wanted it to be kind of simple. And again, I struggled with the rug. I don't know why I was struggling so much with the rugs in this one. But I did end up finding that one, the little runner for the hallway, I guess we can call it, where the ladder is. But then I was just like, all right, maybe we should start going with a blue theme in here. And then it just, I don't know what I ended up going with. It's just so much happening. And I think I went back to brown again, you know, like brown picture frames and brown all of that stuff. It just got a little crazy. But I did utilize these little, I think they were Jungle Adventure. Yeah, Jungle Adventure plants. So it kind of makes it look really cool and lived in. And I did change. I don't know if I changed them fully, but like I kept finding the different ones that I could use because I didn't really like the ones with the flowers on them. I didn't think they fit with the theming as well, I guess. So anyway, just trying to throw in some pictures or find pictures that actually match this living room because again, I was struggling so hardcore with this living room. I don't know, maybe it looked nice all along and I just didn't even need to worry about it, but who knows. So now I'm still struggling with the rug situation. And I think I tried to add in, I had to add in my little chicken, of course. Oh, and there's where the waterfall rug comes into play. And here I am back at the living room. I think I revisited this living room way too much. And then at some point I'm just like, nah. So I didn't go upstairs, I don't think, until I was satisfied with the living room. Maybe I did leave it. I don't remember. So this room is actually a really cute room. I have no idea. It doesn't really have a purpose. I kind of wanted it to be just like a chill, you know, like reading nook, I guess, at that point. And I love that armchair. I think it's so cool. I would like to have like more swatches of it. I think that would be super cool. But it's cool. It's cool for now. And then obviously I have this whole like garden area upstairs. I wanted to do so much with this, but you know, there was only so much to work with as well. Like I kind of wanted to put the bees up there and whatnot, but and then I was going to line the entire thing in those little lattice plant things. So I wanted to line this entire thing with the little lattices. I also wanted to, okay, so it ends at the edge there where the garden box is, and I just needed something there, but every time I put something there, it just didn't look right because I wasn't allowed to put the fence there because it wouldn't have been a tiny home. It was just like a whole problem. But I do really think the plants, like the little hanging plants, do help on that side. But I definitely wanted something more. So anyway, I thought adding like a whole wall of those flower lattice things was a little too much. So I just ended up doing one on each side there for like a little bit of privacy from the glass sliding door. And then obviously I put those other plants there in front of those windows. They I think I ended up changing them. They were up too high. I definitely lowered them. But then I just wanted to throw in some other plants because it looked really bland. You know, I wanted it to look like there were just other, even though these ones are kind of, I guess, technically fake plants. Like I wanted this to be more of a garden area. But these also classify, you know, they're fine. So I just wanted it to look a little more busy. So I was, again, trying to figure out what I could do there. I just keep going back and forth to that. But I was like, let's take a break and let's do a bedroom. And let me tell you, I really, 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 really like how this bedroom turned out. I think it's one of my favorite bedrooms I've ever made, surprisingly. Very simple, but very, very nice. I like the colors and everything. But here I am just jumping. I keep jumping from room to room. But anyway, back to the little bedroom. I think I really love this carpet, the green and blue. Those colors used to kind of like be my favorite color scheme. And like kind of most of my bedroom items were like that color scheme. So I don't know, maybe that's why I like it, but I do love this blue wall with it. It's just, it all pops. It makes it look so good. I love it. So anyway, that's pretty much it. I added in a bookshelf. I think that was the only other thing that I added in. And then we work on the bathroom. Yeah, and I just took everything from downstairs and made that into a little bathroom, and I just added a few extra things, you know, like a little table for a sink and a mirror, and you know, just some extra things. And then this carpet was able to fit in there, which was really, really nice. So I like this whole bathroom bedroom setup. I think it's really, really nice. I like the whole upstairs. The upstairs was great, good to go. It's just that living room downstairs that I was really struggling with. So anyway, I think, we're jumping back down to the bathroom down here to kind of match the bathroom up there. But now it's time for me to kind of landscape / do the back patio. So I really, really did like that little lattice archway kind of hangout area, but it just was too big for the little tiny container home for us. So I decided to put in these solar panels, obviously, so we can get some, I almost said wind, so we can get some energy, and then a little dew collector over there for the water, because this isn't off the grid. Probably, if you are to download this, which it will be available on the gallery under Ohcluck, I have a link in the description box down below to my gallery page, I hope. But I think it's Ohcluck. Is it OhcluckGames or is it Ohcluck? Oh my gosh, I'm blanking. But I am on the gallery. As you can search hashtag Ohcluck and hashtag OhcluckGames, and you'll be able to find all of everything. Well, whatever. So anyway, I wanted to make it a nice little gardeny little hangout area back here. Obviously, there's not really any dining inside the home, so I wanted to make some outside. I did have this right here, this table and this chair, but I also was like, well, I don't know if I like it as much for dining, which I could have kept it and just got rid of the other one, but I wanted the table to kind of be by the fire, be by the back door, so I kind of just left that in there for, you know, additional fun. And I did end up changing those boxes up there from those lattice things to these things. Either one really works. I kind of miss the other ones, but those ones work as well. I think it's a little less loud, if you will. So just throwing in some trees, obviously. Gotta landscape all the time. I was a little conflicted as how I wanted to do this landscaping though. I think at one point I even started a pond, because you know me and my ponds, I gotta have them. But I did want to make just a terrain paint, like a little patio, and then I wanted to kind of, I guess, smooth out well, obviously I put some dirt around all the other things, but I wanted to smooth out the edges a little bit, but with plants and stuff. But you know, I didn't really do that too much. I attempted it. I think the dirt really helped on smoothing that out, but I put the mailbox in the bin by the tree, and then I started making progress on all of the plants and stuff that we're going to be putting in. So I kind of went crazy like I usually do. You know, I was like, I'm just going to put a couple plants out, but like the front looks so bland, and that's where I moved those ones down, those plants from the top down to the middle, and made it look a little bit less bland. So I was like, all right, I have no idea what I'm going to do. And then, because usually I'll just go crazy like I did in here and put like a bajillion plants in. I was just like, I'll put a couple, it'll be fine. But the front just kept looking so plain, and I was just like, I need to fix it. I need to do something. So I just kept adding and adding and adding until I was like, all right, I've reached the too much time of this video. I love that tree though, from Island Living. The little flower tree, it's so pretty. I just love it so much. And then I wanted to take the easy way out and just put that in there, but I was like, nah, we gotta go the difficult way. We gotta add more. And then I was just adding trees. I'm like, let's add all these trees and let's add all of this. It was crazy, but I think it did really help. It really added that character. And I think I go back to the backyard at some point and add more in there too. Do I add a pathway? I should add a pathway here sometime. To kind of like a small dirt marking path. I was just throwing all these plants in. And then, yep, there's our little path. I didn't want to make it too obvious. And then we have the addition of the pond, in which I bailed on very quickly, because it was just like, because if I start adding all these plants here, they're going to cram into the other plants, and it just wasn't working out. But I really should have added the pond, because I think the pond would have been a nice little touch. because I got really far. I got about halfway into the pond. And then I was just like, nah, it's not matching. But, you know, it's fine. It looks all right. And then I was like, ooh, let's add a garden here. That didn't work out either. And I was like, ooh, fountain. And I was like, no, now I'm getting too much. But then I'm just touching up the back, and that's about it. So I think it's about time for us to go on the official tour of this build and check it out in more detail. So let's go. So here we are. We have officially arrived at our container home. So let's go ahead and enter, but you can see our landscaping here, and then there's our little trash area, I guess. It's not as green because, you know, it's a little not in season, but that's fine, you know, no big deal. Let's step in and see what we have to work with. So right away, oh, we have tree clipping through the side. That's fine. Don't worry about it. So we have the little living space, which just seems still so just sad and empty to me, but you know, it's fine. There's our little classic signature chicken. And then the kitchen actually brings things to life. I think it looks really nice. It is small, it's cramped, but it is a nice full kitchen, and I think it looks really good, especially with this piece right here. So, oops, sorry, I just made everybody sick. We're going to probably go this way first. So let's go into this room. This is our first bathroom. So we have nice tree blocking the windows so that nobody can see inside. And then we just have the basics. Let's go out and then up that ladder. This is the first time we're going up the ladder. Look how cool. All right, oops, wrong way. So up the ladder, here we are. We have arrived in the first area. So this is what it looks like. We have it's just fun. Like, I really like the splash of colors that we have. It's super cute. And then we have this area up here, which is very dangerous because I couldn't find anything to just, you know, block everything off, and woo. But we do have this nice tree we can climb down in case of emergencies. But we have this nice little gardening spot. I think it's nice though, especially depending on the lot that you place it on. You have nice, really nice views. Like, look at this. This is beautiful. But let's go back inside and let's check out the bedroom. So this bedroom just looks so good to me. It's loud, you know, it's pretty wild, but I just think it looks so good. I love it. Look at that. I didn't even notice that picture. That's such a pretty picture too. So awesome. All right, and then in here, it's so pretty. This is one of my favorite bathroom pictures used in the bathroom. But we have this wonderful little setup in here. Nothing too fancy. So we are going to, let's just go back out here and then go back down this way. And then we're going to head back outside. Here we are. This is our little back patio. We have so much going on. I did end up putting in that wind chime there, which is really sweet. I like it. But we have this whole area to work with. We have like little gardening pots. We have this little space. This is just one of my favorite spaces. I love having all these little plants here. And then we have this little seating area. This actually looks a lot like, you know, the house I live in now. You know, we have a lot of gardening stuff on the back patio. And there's this cute little fire pit. And then we have the bug box and more gardening, and then we have the solar panels, and then a bee box, and then we have the dew collector back there, and of course we have the waterfall wall, which you can't really tell from this side, but you can definitely tell from this side. So if we play it, you can see, look at that. Oh. Alright, you guys, that is going to wrap up this home. Again, it's available for download on the gallery if you are interested. And leave me a comment down below and let me know what kind of builds you want to see. Do you want to see more micro, more tiny, more regular size, more container homes? Leave those comments down below. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and I will see you next time.